All right, everybody. I'm extremely excited. We're going to have our first training video here that I'm creating to post in the MLSP Dream Team closed group. And this video, we're going to talk about setting up system campaigns. This is my third attempt at recording this video. The first time I didn't like the way the audio came out. Second time I actually lost the recording, but I think we've got everything taken care of now, and hopefully this time it's going to work. So anyway, I'm in my MLSP system in the back office here, and when you log into your system, what you want to do is you want to go over to my website, and you'll see the campaign management link there, and you want to click on that, and then that's going to take you over to an area where you can actually set up a customized system campaign. And what I've done is I actually have there is a training video for this in the back office, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my strategy when I go through and set it up. That training video, it's a great training video, but it kind of walks you through the just how to set it up. And again, I want to kind of give you a little bit of a strategy here. I have already created some information here on a notepad or WordPad for a campaign that I'm going to set up, and so just to make it a little bit easier for me, and it's probably something that once you understand how this works, you want to do that for yourself as well. But when you get to the campaign summary, you're going to see the link over here, create new campaign. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to try to keep this recording as short as possible here, so I want to check my time here a little bit, and we're good. Okay, so here we are at the new campaign setup. Obviously, there's fields in here that have to have information in them. They have the red asterisk by them, and then there's some that you can leave blank. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what I normally do when I come in here is I take a look at the different campaigns through under Site Group 1, just to see what it is that I want to create, depending upon where I'm going to be marketing, what my marketing strategy is, or set up a unique campaign to market for a specific strategy, whether it's Facebook or classified ads, or you're doing pay per click, or whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe it's a blog post. Okay, so you can set up a campaign specific for those strategies, so that you can track the results of those and see where your leads are coming from and what's working, what's not working, that type of thing. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take a look at your group theme. And these are different backgrounds that are available for those, obviously, so it's the look of the campaign. And for right now, I'm just going to pick one. And then the campaign that I'm going to be using for this training is going to be the Conquer the Internet. Well, let me verify that. We've got Conquer the Internet Facebook is what I have. Okay, so if I go here and I take a look at, and actually the campaign that I'm using, and I apologize, the campaign, I'm going to start with this competitor system 1. Okay, I've added a background here, black background, blue letters, and let's take a look at that and see what that actually gives me. So that's that's the look of this particular campaign. And on this campaign, you're going to have Norbert, who's going to be talking a little bit about the lead system, about the MLSP and generate leads, that type of thing. So here's what that looks like. Black background with blue lettering. And just to give you an example, we're going to pause this campaign here once it starts up, since they're set to auto play. There we go, let's pause. And I'm going to go back into the system here. So that was with the black background and the blue lettering. I'm going to use for this one here, though, the Conquer the Internet. And let's take a look at see what that one looks like, so you can see the difference in those group themes, if you will. So this one here, you kind of got the black with the blue lightning bolts going through it. You can see the difference between the look of the two different campaigns. It's got the red lettering versus the blue lettering. So kind of neat, because again, it's all about what that person sees and whether or not they're whether it grabs their attention or not. So again, you can kind of test out the different themes that you're using as well as the different campaign itself. Now, one of the things you want to do is you want to take a look at the copywriting that's on these pages, because you can use this copywriting for some of your ads and some of the advertisement that you're doing, rather than trying to create something yourself. I mean, this is copywriting that the system knows, or that MLSP, their copywriters, put together, that they know works and creates conversions. So rather than trying to think of something yourself, I will use their stuff all the time. Okay, and you can kind of change it up a little bit, but you get at least it gives you a good starting point. Okay. So you want to make sure that you go through and read some of that information. Now, the other thing is that if you'll notice at the bottom of each one of these campaigns, it's linked directly to your blog, your Facebook account, your Twitter account, and your YouTube account. And you set that up when you originally went through the initial step 1, step 2. You put in your links in there for that information. So each one of these campaigns are directly tied to your personal information. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Conquer the Internet theme. I'm going to use the Competitor System 1 as my lead page template. I'm going to add a welcome page in here. Now, some of these are specific, the welcome page are specific for specific lead page templates. Like you got the webinar invite, and you got the MLS free presentation. And as you'll notice, there is the webinar lead page in here, webinar invite, that you want to use with obviously with the same welcome page as well, because the two, they're both talking about the webinar. So you want to make sure that if you do a webinar or the free presentation, that you connect all the way through as far as your welcome and your sales page. This welcome page here is kind of a generic welcome page that just basically welcomes them into the system. And when you go to this page, you'll see that what it looks like, it's got the same background as the original lead sale page, so the two tie together. And there's also a link down here at the bottom that will take them directly over to, so if they get to this page and they click on that link, it'll take them directly over to the that sales page. Okay. So again, that you want to make sure that, or you can see that everything ties together here as far as the look of the background of the page. I'm going to close that out of there. I'm going to close this here. And okay, so we're back at the new campaign setup, and your sales page template. You have an option here of your long or short MLSP, and again, that's the generic sales page template video that they'll see. There's also the one for the Mike Dillard intro, and obviously that ties back to in your system for the lead page. You have a Mike Dillard lead page as well. Okay, so you want to make sure that you tie those two together if you use those. Okay, so we've got this set up here now, and what I'll do once I get that set up and I've decided what lead page, welcome, and sales template I'm going to use, I'll come back to the top here and we'll name, put in the campaign details. Okay, so I've already got that set up here on a WordPad because I knew ahead of time which campaign I was going to use. So I'll paste that in there. Basically what I did was I used the same name as the group theme that I was using. And actually, I'm going to change that here because this is actually the lead page is actually the competitor system. So let's change that. Let's make that competitor system 1. because we're tracking the lead page, not the theme necessarily. So let's put that in here as well. And as far as the brand name and default website, you can leave that blank. It'll automatically default to what you set up in your system initially. As far as the site settings, now this you absolutely want to set up your page title, your default meta description, and your keywords, because that'll help with the optimization or the search engine optimization of the template itself or the lead page that you're promoting. And what I normally do is I will grab some information off of the actual page itself to use for that. So if for example, if I take a look at this template here, I'm going to grab some of the actual text off of here to use for that. And really, the first field that we're going to be filling in is the default page title, which is what you're going to see up in the tab here. And this says free MLM lead generation. I'm actually going to use that as my title tab. So I'm going to come in here, and again, I've got that information saved here. One of these Word docs here, free MLM lead generation. So I'm going to put that right here. Okay. Then your meta tag description is what will actually show up when somebody does a search in Google. They'll see the first thing they're going to see is a title tag. The next thing they'll see is the actual meta tag description, which tells them what the page is about, and that also is very helpful for search engine as well. And I grabbed some text off of that page. It basically says how to generate tons of leads and sign up more customers and distributors without ever picking up the phone. Okay. And rather than making something up, trying to think of something else myself, I actually used information that's shown on this lead page template. And then your keywords, usually you want to use what's your title tag. A good rule of thumb is your first keyword wants to coincide with that. Okay. And then another thing that you can do is you can take and drill down from there. So you usually want to have at least 3 keywords minimum. And what I'll do is I'll take and copy, leave off the first word, and use that as my second keyword. And then on my third one, I will leave off the first 2 words, grab the last 2, and I can use those for my next keyword. So my first keyword is free MLM lead generation, which agrees with my title, default page title. My second keyword is MLM lead generation. I left off the first word. My third word is just lead generation. I left off the first 2 words. So that's just a way that you can do that. Certainly you could have 3 different variations, totally different words in there. Okay. And the only other thing that you need to have here now is your group name. And I'm going to use this here as well again. And let's say I'm going to market this in Facebook, so I'm going to put FB at the end of that. And then that'll help me to identify where I'm actually, where my main marketing efforts are at with this particular campaign. So I've got that filled out. The last thing you're going to want to make sure you do is make sure that if you are using Aweber as your autoresponder, which you should be, because in that way you're building your own list. Certainly you can use the default autoresponder that's set up in your MLSP system, but you want to build your own list. So you want to have your own Aweber system. So you want to designate in your autoresponder that list that you have set up in your Aweber, and then you just save your changes. And so now you've just created, here it is right here, competitor system 1. is your new campaign that you just created. And if you click on that link there, it'll take you over. You have a short campaign URL that you can use for that. And here you can either pause or keep the campaign active. You can view it to see what it actually looks like, track information on that campaign as far as impressions and conversion, that type of thing, or reset it back to 0. So that's pretty much how you do that. And on the next video that I create, we're going to talk a little bit about creating a subdomain. If you have your domain, for example, I have the Wealth Power Team is my main domain, and that is sitting on the MLSP server. So I'm actually able to create subdomains for these custom campaigns that I'm actually setting up. If you don't have that, that's fine, but if you do have it, I want to talk a little bit about how we do that, because that's something that you'll want to do. So anyway, hope that this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave that information in the on the Facebook MLS Dream Team closed group, and we'll answer any questions that we can, that you have, and just go from there. So make it a great day, and we'll be talking again soon. See you on the next training video.